Hello, welcome back to the ESL Pro League North America division, where we are currently halfway between Immortals and Liquid. And Liquid have started off very, very well there on Cobblestone. 16-3, the victory for them on a map that both these two teams have looked fairly good on recently.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid showed up, Immortals didn't, and that's what it felt like towards me. There was only a couple of rounds where Immortals actually composed themselves and tried to fight back. Otherwise, it just felt like, you know, they were in the server, but they weren't really in it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Their body was there, the spirit wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, they just weren't really hitting their shots, I don't think. I mean, FNX, hey, he had some moments towards the end of the first half, but apart from that, I mean, I don't think really anyone from Immortals did seem all that impressive. Moving over onto Inferno, which is going to be our map number 2. Another map that Immortals have, you know, played a little bit. Liquid have also played a little bit. Certainly not been one of their most played maps like what Cobblestone has been, and both of them have got some decent results on it, but nothing too amazing. So should be a interesting map to see how this one does go. If Liquid can pull through with that momentum, then definitely something can be said for that from map number 1 to map number 2, but we will see whether or not that is going to be the case. And over on the mainstream, 16-6 for Train for Luminosity.
This is why I don't say it's 99% for Cloud9. That's why I say 70%. I said 75%. There was a reason why.
Yeah.
But Luminosity, well played by them to get the first victory over Cloud9. Looking to also build it on Inferno as well. So Inferno, new old map, you could say that.
Yep.
It's... The playing style just feels like it's transitioned very drastically, where you see a lot of the time the T side are able to take advantages now. So I wouldn't be surprised. Before, if it was a team that picked Inferno, they had to start the T side, always said, look, the CT side have the advantage. I still believe the CT side does have a slight advantage, but it's more in the sense that, all right, it's easier. It's still easy choke points to hold, but if you lose control, it becomes so heavily T-side, it's going to boil down towards how well the A-side defense goes, as well as, I guess, one critical person on the B-side. If you have just one good person on the B-side who's able to just completely shut down and push by himself, it's all over for the Ts.
Yeah.
There is no way in for them to the B-side. But if they can crack open the A-side time and time again, then that's where the story for the CT starts, I guess, breaking down.
Alright, well, we're going to find out how it is going to break down here on Inferno as well. Now, definitely Liquid is coming in with the momentum, with the form off that map number 1, but Immortals, they could show us something here in map number 2. So they've started off okay. Lucas and Henny finding a killer piece. That's a great start for Immortals.
Yeah, but Stanislaus actually pushed down as well, but Immortals doing well just to clear lines left, right, and center. But Twist, one tap on towards Steel. And Nitro, they push forward. Bolter is not checked behind him. Stanislaus run out of... Oh my goodness, he's run out of ammunition. And Nitro now in a terrible situation means that FNX will punish him for that. And now it's off to Twist on a 1-on-4, and he's not laying these headshots. Doesn't manage to land it eventually in towards Henny, but it's too late at the stage because Immortals have the numbers advantage and they have more bullets.
Yeah, much better start here for Immortals than what we've seen from them on Cobblestone. But is it going to be just that? Is it going to be only just a good start? Or are they going to be able to consolidate this and convert it into a bit of a better first half? Certainly they should be able to get a round or two here off the back of the pistol. But Team Liquid have decided that they will force buy into it. Pistols and armor coming out. And just the single AK for Immortals. So they want to keep Lucas in the bank, so, you know, see if he can get something done later on in the round. But the UMP is definitely going to be useful here. A couple of players for Team Liquid, no armor. Well, no head armor, Stanislaus. I thought Nitro didn't have any head armor, but now that I check, he actually does. So, Team Liquid, they seem to have decided they want to stack over to the B bomb site. Immortals still spread out, haven't really committed to anything just yet.
Yeah, they're hoping... So Liquid, through the initial smoke grenade, just made contact to try to make Immortals think that Liquid are trying to bait them into the A bomb site.
Hole in the smoke.
Immortals won't commit, though, towards either bomb site. They'll slowly try to push lines. They'll work in tandem. They'll go, all right, jungle's clear. Okay, Digit is clear. Could be on site, but we'll all group together for a final push. So... And, well, there is already aggression on towards Apps as well. So they've already cleared out back of Apps. The bomb looking to go towards A. So as soon as the bomb plant goes down, Liquid are just going to go, we'll just save for the next round. No way into this round. We gambled incorrectly. That's all right. We'll just wait for the next one.
Yeah, fair enough as well, because if they don't lose anything, it's basically like having a repeat of this round. And, you know, obviously they don't want to lose too many guns and armor. If they had lost a few players here, they'd probably just be fully ecoing out the next round anyway. So, no harm done really for Team Liquid. They would have expected that they weren't going to always have a very good chance at winning this round. But it does seem as though Immortals are keen to have a bit of a look and see where maybe they can find a couple of kills here. But at this stage, they've not pushed too aggressively into the banana.
I want to say Henny... they know that Liquid have stacked B-side, so they shouldn't push too aggressively. I don't really like this because if Liquid are able to work the stack well, they should know that there is a chase that's happening for them right now. Liquid need to keep the guns out. Immortals might be able to catch them off guard if they decide to push in slowly. They're going very sneaky beaky-like right now, and they might just catch Liquid off by surprise.
Maybe one or two of them, but I don't suspect all of these guns are going to be taken away here by Immortals, if any. Next pushes in, but how much time does he have? Not enough to find a kill, enough time to get taken down. Henny got one.
He got two, actually.
Oh, two, sorry, yeah. So overall, I guess it's not too bad for Immortals there. It's not too bad for Team Liquid either. They at least are going to have a few guns here to work with. Well, a few pistols, a little bit of armor as well, I suppose, is more of the takeaway. But fairly straightforward round, really, for Immortals. And again, just getting that sort of couple of rounds out of the way after the pistol.
Yeah, just looking to try to get a couple more picks on the back of the pistols. Twist and Ali is just going to go for the full USB hold. I'm sure it does take a little bit of damage, but he's able to avoid most of it. Liquid just caught napping a little bit. They weren't suspecting that Immortals would just walk all the way and just peek out towards the end. And even though I still feel like that was Immortals' victory, just by taking two pistols and giving probably more money towards Henny, it just nullifies the CT hold a little bit more. But so as I say nullify, Stanislaw, nice deagle shot on towards FNX. That's an easy pick for the CT. So we've got the numbers advantage, but they can't really retrieve the bomb yet.
Yeah, Twister's holding close at the moment to Boiler, but unfortunately for him, he's only got a USP to work with here. So chances of him getting a kill are severely lacking. Admittedly, there's a couple of other players on his team that may have a bit of a better chance, and Stanislaw is one of those, being that he has the deagle and armor, and that's his second kill of the round. So he's making Immortals work for this round, that is for sure.
And this is where it starts becoming a little bit scary for Immortals because they don't have any map control behind this, and just with his shoulder peeking that's coming out of Liquid, Stanislaw, a third deagle headshot on towards Bolts. He is just single-handedly tearing Immortals apart, and Liquid just need to hold on towards the A site right now. They have a nice bait and switch strategy. It's not even needed though, because JDM just peeks his head up. They have spotted out Lucas. They know exactly where he is, and this has gone terribly wrong. Oh my goodness, this has gone terribly wrong for Immortals. Just picked apart by Stanislaw. Huge play coming out from the Desert Eagle. And I take back my words.
Yeah, so Team Liquid are going to be able to pick up a couple of guns there. I don't think they got 3 in the end, but overall they'll be happy with just getting the round, just upgrading a couple of those ones. I think an AK and a UMP went into their hands, so looks like we've kept the UMP as well for JDM, which is fair enough here. Team Liquid have got quite a good buy. I mean, Immortals, it's not terrible, but it is, you know, just a Galil and a UMP there. It's not amazing. A quick push into Banana from Team Liquid is shut down by Bolts.
Yeah, needed a few more grenades backing it up. Maybe the smoke grenade to bloom before JDM decided to push out. There is spray coming through from Twist. He's doing some more damage, but still pushing up. He might be able to catch him off guard because Twist is going to be caught off guard, even though Steel is completely blinded out. Will be able to get the kill on the A site. Is partially lost for Liquid. There's only one member that's close, and that's Stanislaw, the hero of the previous round. Alege looking to try to get aggressive through the smoke. If he catches Bolts off guard, this may be it. There's aggressive smoke grenade being used. Alege does pop a flashbang through, but he's not pushing forward yet. Bolts is aware of this potential, and what a shot in towards Alege as well. Means that Immortals now are 4-2. Looking to strike back immediately after dropping a soft pistol round.
4 versus 2 here. Immortals should be pretty easy from here on out. The B site completely open, though they're not quite aware of that just yet. Slowly peeking it, and eventually they will figure things out. And here we go. Made their way into the B site. Stanislaw and Nitro. Now, what's the option for them here? Just probably save it, I imagine. But they are both heading up the Banana, and Steeler's watching the angle.
Yeah, he spotted out one, but he won't be able to get the kill. Stanislaw just a little bit too sharp. They don't know FNX has managed to swindle his way towards sandbags, and FNX gets one. Can't get the second. Nitro gets another headshot, and now it's down towards a 1-on-2. Has a molly and flashbang to work with, but his position is now known. They're going to just lock him out of this. There's Bolts watching the line, and he'll be able to clean up what Lucas started. And Immortals do strike back. And they also drop Liquid's economy down. Only 2 members with any money whatsoever, and they're still forcing. Risky play coming out from Liquid, but if it works out, they could potentially bring it back.
Yeah, but in saying that, I mean, it's not a great buy. They're going to really be hoping that JDM will be able to open something up with the AWP. I suppose Nitro as well may be able to make something happen with that M4, but realistically speaking, Immortals should be able to take this round, and if they do, already they're off to quite a decent start here, 3-1. They can turn it into 4-1, probably put Liquid back onto an eco, and then you know, that's where things start to become a bit of a problem here for the CTs. So Team Liquid, despite starting off so well on Cobblestone, now here on Inferno, they are having some struggles.
And that's, when we talk about Inferno being CT-sided, it's all great until you lose a couple of few easy picks. And Nitro, that's uncharacteristic miss coming out from him. Normally you'd see him get the kill and just fall away, but Liquid unable to get the pick, and this means Immortals can be a little bit more confident in taking aggressive Nana control. There's not much utility. In fact, there is no utility for Liquid to work with. Immortals should be able to identify with this fact. Immortals, though, only 2 smoke grenades to work with as well, and that's probably one of the smoke grenades gone. So they need to be very, very wise on when they use this last smoke grenade coming in towards the last 45 seconds of the round. It's still 5-on-5.
And I suppose at that point, this starts to favour Team Liquid, because late on in the round, that's where mistakes might start to happen here for Immortals. If they have to quickly enter a bomb site, you know, you don't check all the angles or something like that. You may be being a little bit too quick in there. And that's where these pistols can start to make an impact, especially once you get into close range on the bomb sites. And Twist has an opportunity there, not quite going to be able to get one Elige as well. Lots of shots fired from him, but not too many connecting. And now Stanislaw goes down as well. So that's probably the round going to be wrapped up here by Immortals, but at least the 2 guns are still alive here for Team Liquid. There's an opportunity maybe that JDM can come up with something big. Won't be a possibility now, though, that he has been taken out. And so Nitro just forced to back off here and try and save. But Immortals, they left that one very, very late.
Yeah, but they did leave it late, but they stacked up their numbers in the correct position where they go, all right, they had the chance towards that diggity side, and we're going to put 3 towards Apps. So even if there is a stack, the pistol, we've cleared out the close angles. The pistols are not going to be as efficient, and we can play the long distances. So this is the Immortals we're expecting to see on Cobblestone. It's just on the CT side, they didn't really show up, and now on the T side, you can identify how much damage they can actually do. Liquid have not been able to fire up some easy kills, not going in their favor. Outside of a sick play coming from Stanislaw, Nitro, he's called down. Twist, currently 2 kills and 5 deaths, so it's not looking particularly good for them, especially as they have to go for another eco.
Yeah, this is becoming a little bit worrisome here for Team Liquid. Again, Nitro, he has that pressure on his shoulders, being that he's one of the players with the guns, and wasn't able to do it really last round, where Team Liquid had a much better chance than what they do this round. But it's still a possibility if he can maybe make something happen here with this M4. He's kind of holding a bit of an off angle. You know, you're not going to expect to see a TT there all the time. That's a good start for Immortals. Stanislaw, a little unfortunate for him to go down like that, but it is what it is, and now Nitro's been spotted out, and he's going to go down. So, Immortals doing a good job of just securing this anti-eco.
Yeah, they're just more than confident. They just go, all right, let's just push in, just get a couple of easy picks, and Immortals don't really care where they want to go. JDM and Twist just having a bit of a bonding session right now, just chilling out in new box, but as soon as the pick goes on towards Bolts, Bolts has not checked it, but he's been tapped out once. He probably spots the 2 CTs. No, only spots 1. Twist playing the long game, playing the long con. As Immortals, they will come towards B site. Still, Twist has to plot something absolutely ridiculous to be able to clutch this out. They're just clearing the line slowly. They'll still check new box just probably to make sure. You see first and second box being checked again, and Henny missing the AWP shot, but more USB shots being missed means Immortals are up 5-1.
Yeah, so not too big of a deal for him to miss a couple of those shots. In the end, Immortals very, very happy with that round. And we'll see another buy coming out from Team Liquid, but it's starting to feel a bit like what we saw from the last map, where now is kind of the round where you start saying, oh, well, Team Liquid, they need to start getting some rounds here, because if they don't, then things are going to be starting to become a bit of a problem for them. But it's not too far out of the way yet for Team Liquid. If they start pulling some rounds back now, they still have a very good chance of even coming out with a pretty respectable first half. However, they cannot let too much go now by the wayside here. Immortals are going to take advantage of it. They definitely want to get that 1-1. And, well, Liquid, at this point, they're not shaping up to get the 2-0 that they would have wanted at the start.
Still early days, though. If Liquid are able to string together a few good rounds, take a few more victories and damage Immortals' economies where they have to try to give away a few more pistol rounds, it can still equalize itself to be a relatively equal CT side, as Lucas just making a bit of a nuisance of himself, just making a lot of noise in the boiler position. Just to throw off Liquid. Don't want Liquid to be rotating yet. No AWP on the side of Liquid this time around. Not enough money to really back it up. But JDM's been okay with the rifle so far. Still early days to see where Immortals are going, though. They're just slowly chiming in, just taking map control. Trying to dare Liquid to push for information as Henny takes down Elige through coffins.
Another good start in the round for Immortals. That's not what you want to be seeing here if you're Team Liquid. Again and again, they're losing that first pick.
How does Nitro always do this?
I don't know.
He's caught off guard, and he's still able to get the first pick with the UMP. So they are going to be stacking towards the B side, but FNX with the lurk gets 2. And now it's up to Nitro to go huge at Nana, but he won't be able to do so because Immortals decide to back off, and Henny just waits patiently. Will be rewarded with a kill. And I'm not sure if they spotted out JDM. I don't think they have. FNX still wrapping around, and JDM now hears this. He's not clearing the line, and JDM, though, waiting just a little bit too long. Can't deny the bomb. Lucas aware that there could have been a CT towards jungle. Good work from Immortals. Just backing each other up. Some sick lurk players. Good entries. And now Liquid looking like they're just bumbling around right now because they're going to be down 7-1 after this, barring a sick play coming out from one of the pistols.
Such a difference, really, from Cobblestone to Inferno. Liquid and Immortals, you know, they're hot and cold, really.
I would just say it's the fickleness of the CT side where the aim for both sides are so good. AKs, you can see, just, you know, one tap, boom, you're out of the round. Whereas for M4, you had to get the dink, you had to get the body shot, and so many times you see the dink go forward from the CTs, but what was that from Twist, though? He just goes, yep, M4 doesn't do that, so I just pull out a Deagle, and he just completely shuts down boiler control by himself.
Yeah,
what a flick.
Easy. Elise as well is going to be able to find one there, but Bolts and FNX, they do draw a couple back. So even what was looking okay there for Liquid and a little bit flashy perhaps has very, very quickly subsided. And Immortals are back in control of the round. So yes, Immortals are going to be probably losing a little bit of cash off this. They should still win the round here, but they have the economy to play with it anyway. So it's really not going to be too much of a concern right now for Immortals.
And FNX just completely shuts out any potential for Twist to try to improve on his Deagle skills. That was some sick shooting from Twist, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately, because Immortals up 7-1, and they don't look as rich as Liquid did on Cobblestone, because they are still losing guns every single round. They have enough to have a bit of buffering space. You can see FNX already on 12k. Whereas for Liquid, well, the AWP does come out for JDM. They have a lot of work to do coming into this next round.
That they certainly do. They're going to get some pretty heavy control into Banana. JDM trying to look through that smoke, the hole in the smoke, and it kind of works out for him in a way. He gets a bit of damage across, but overall still he goes down. And so a 1-for-1 trade. Immortals, I suppose they'll be happy with that at this point, right? They've also done quite a lot of damage to Nitro and Elise. So even if they don't know that, they are at some sort of an advantage in terms of the HP. And having an extra player off the CT side just makes it so much more difficult to hold on to the A-bomb site.
Immortals just doing their default positions. They just take apps control, they take boiler control. There's been no contest from Liquid, barring the previous round from Twist, where he put on some nutty Deagle shots. But otherwise, that's it. Immortals are able to take so much advanced positioning, then they can just go, all right, we'll just throw a single flashbang or a couple of smoke grenades. We can take top mid control. We can take apps. We can force Liquid all the way back on towards the bomb site, which is exactly where we want them to be. They are not allowed to rotate out. We'll make noise and threats towards B side, so Liquid have to stay put. And they've done well to force this now on towards a 2-2 split. Now it's all up to the entry fraggers to do their position, or do their job.
Should be able to do their job as well, because Team Liquid, they've almost essentially given up this A-bomb site right now. Stanislaw, he's watching into mid from jungle, but the rotation goes across from Twists to B, and Immortals, they're all filtering in through the apartment, so they haven't yet been spotted. Stanislaw does find FNX, but overall, Immortals still are going to get control of the A-bomb site relatively easily, unless Stanislaw can get a good shot around that corner there, which he's not able to do. And eventually the bomb does go down here for Immortals. So it's favourable in terms of the players for Team Liquid. And there's not too many utilities actually to use here for Immortals to hold it off. But Nitro and Elise being on such low HP, it really does put a lot of pressure on Stanislaw and Twists. But the retake does seem as though it is going to become an option here for Team Liquid. And here it comes.
Well, they have to go for it. They're bleeding so many rounds, but it's really the most viable situation because still, they just line up for Henny, who just gets 2. And Nitro can't do enough, unfortunately. He's lost all his teammates, but what a shot coming out from Henny. It's just good post-plant positions. There's not much you can do in Liquid in that circumstance. You have too many lines you need to check. Immortals are more than comfortable. You haven't spotted out anyone going towards a particular position, so you can't really lock it down. And that's where it came in, where Liquid are trying to force the situation. Yeah. And now they're calling a tactical pause.
Yeah, well, it's about time for it as well. I mean, 8-1 down. It's still a salvageable first half, but being on the CT side here for Team Liquid, you know, they would definitely be wanting more than what they've got right now. They want to be the team that's ahead, and they're not currently being able to even really contest with this first half. So the more T rounds that the Immortals can get, it just makes their job so much easier in the second half.
This is feeling very similar towards how Immortals played Cobblestone. We can draw a couple of parallels where, because Immortals, we couldn't really see their true T side, so there's not enough rounds to really comment on the T side. But the CT side, what they did wrong is that even though they invested resources towards the A side hold, in this case, Liquid are investing a lot of resources into the B side hold, it's not successful. All the trades go in the favor of the T side. You can see in the previous round, JD misses the AWP shot. Sure, they get the first HE grenade kill, but the HEs just come flying over. Not only do they kill one member, they tag two members down towards 14 and 22. Elige and Nitro effectively just completely out of the round immediately.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out how this is going to turn out. The first half definitely favorable right now for Immortals. It's salvageable still for Team Liquid, but that's probably the best word you're going to be able to use this to describe it. They're not going to be able to come out here and win the half. They're not going to have a good first half, but they can at least salvage some rounds here that they might be able to make use of in the second half. Maybe not this one, though, as Lucas just dropping Stanislaw. JDM, he's doing a good job from Boiler at least to slow things down here for Immortals. The rotations maybe have a bit more time to come across from the B-bomb site, but overall for Immortals, they've still traded favorably. They've still gotten control of the A-bomb site. The bomb will go down safely here as well. And Team Liquid, even though they've done some damage, it really doesn't matter for Immortals, who still are going to have the money to buy next round anyway.
Yeah, Lucas, cheeky position on the bike. He's going to try to just find the headshot angle towards Nitro, but Nitro's locked it out with the smoke grenade. Elige has been spotted out Apps, but what a flashbang means. Elige can get the pick with the UMP. And with two members low on Immortals, this could be Liquid's round. Nitro, though, oh, he's spotted out by Lucas, but not in time, and Henny has to go huge to the AWP. He was big with the AK-47, but now he's surrounded from all sides, whips out the CZ, gets one kill. He's just dancing around, 2 bullets left in the clip, and he gets it! He gets the headshot with the last 2 bullets. What a play coming out from Henny.
I cannot believe that. Oh my goodness, Henny, he just really drives that nail even further into the coffin of Team Liquid, because that was a round that Team Liquid needed. That was the one that they could have turned this first half around, come back, made it maybe 8-6, 9-7. 8-6, 8-7, 9-6, but they're just not able to get that round win, and that was one that they needed to get, and unfortunately it doesn't go their way. So Team Liquid, they are going to have a buy through here. It's going to be a double AWP setup, but it just feels as though that was it for Immortals. And Team Liquid, I mean, if they do lose this round, this one here, then it's going to go by the wayside. At least they have the chance in this. They've made Immortals pay for that last round, but they weren't able to get it.
And FNX is getting aggressive towards Diggity. What a opening kill. Twist does well to trade, but here comes another member coming out, but Twist, just too strong, gets to pick on towards Steel as well. So members are flooding on towards the A-bomb side, but they've just come in a little bit too late as the smokes do disappear, which means that JDM will be allowed a second AWP kill as well. It's up to Henny, the hero of the previous round. Does have the bomb in his hands, looking to make his way towards Apps. But JDM should be spotting this line from jungle. He's just going to be transitioning between the two. And he's just making sure that there's JDM won't check this line, or he's hoping JDM will check this line. They'll whip out the CZ and try to take down Twist on the site.
He's got a lot of time to play with, at the very least. So he can afford to hold this line for a little while, but it doesn't seem as though JDM is going to be peeking it, which would mean the player on the site is watching the line, and he is aware of that. Twist taken down. Not a great smoke from Henny there, but he's going to be allowed to plant the bomb, potentially. Trying to draw out a peek. Won't happen. And so this time he's going to commit to the plan, but still 3 players to deal with. I like that JDM has decided not to try and take that peek. It means now that it's a 3v1. Henny's going to have to go for something absolutely massive here if he's going to make it work, and that may be the start of something, JDM. Oh, it was close. It was so close. But the no-scope doesn't quite hit for Henny there, and gee.
I think Henny was going for style points just there. He could have scoped it and
he could have been
able to take it. But regardless, that was a sick round. And Liquid, that's where, yeah, they'll have a gasp of relief that they did win that. But still, considering it was a 1-on-4 and Henny just let it go down towards a 1-on-1. He just wanted to go for the final pick. Didn't work out in his favor, unfortunately. Still feels like Immortals have the advantage, especially just look at Liquid's economy. 2 UMPs are from us. They do have a lot of utility to work with, but not the firepower to back it up, especially when Immortals would just slow this round down. They'll just go, all right, no, we'll just take it a little bit easier. We kind of tried to charge in after we got the initial pick towards Ziggity. Couldn't trade out Twists. We'll learn from our lessons, go back to what we do well.
Yep, playing default. That's what worked from them so far.
Oh, poor Stanislaw. Yeah, JDM gets the kill and Stanislaw cops the worst of it.
What are you going to do, I suppose? Steel pushing through a smoke.
Might be able to catch JDM off guard, but no, JDM, good flick coming out from the AWP. And Elige also will catch bolts off guard, so this is looking a lot better from Liquid. They're having a small resurgence.
All of a sudden, after that tactical pause from Team Liquid, they have started to hit their shots a little bit better and made things look a little bit better. But it hasn't necessarily been perfect here from Liquid. Two very, very close rounds in a row. One that goes the way of Immortals, one that goes the way of Team Liquid. We need to be seeing these more comfortable rounds from Team Liquid, where they start to get that economy built up. I know there's not that much time left in this half, but they want to be at least having some money that they can buy if they lose a round here. But Immortals, if they can continue to keep doing the damage like what they have been, like that, then it's going to make it very difficult for Team Liquid here to continue to contest these rounds where their money is just not quite good enough. JDM is going to take the peak, and Lucas, the strafing kill. I don't know if he stopped just
Strafe
there.
King, you just drifted past and it's so close. He was on the ace, but Twist just a little bit sharper. I don't know, Liquid just feels like they're always in a position and...
The Drift King. I guess we'll go with that.
Drift King.
Yeah.
Drifting in the 90s.
Like, around the corner.
Just came around and JDM just got popped.
Yeah.
It was a great shot from Lucas, but unfortunately it wasn't enough.
It goes again to go back to my same point there about Team Liquid. They're not getting comfortable victories in that they've only been able to take one gun through from the last 2 rounds. Their money, sure, it's okay, it's enough to buy here, but when they lose one of these rounds inevitably, then they're not going to be able to buy, right?
Losing isn't really an inevitability at the moment. They're doing a lot of good work to get themselves that numbers advantage.
Yep.
They are playing the 4-on-1s, 4-on-2s. They're just playing the 4-on-1s and 4-on-2s very poorly from there on in. They just need to tighten up their defenses after that. They just kind of go a little bit too confident, and they think back to Cobblestone where they go like, oh, we can win this easily, and then they lose 3 members, and it's up to one person to stand up, which in that case was Twists. So...
All right, well, Immortals, they definitely don't want to be taking only 9 rounds through to the second half, right? No. They started off so well. They want to get at least one more here, make it 10. 11 obviously would be perfect, but, well, 12 would be perfect. 11 would be better. I say 10, though, would be pretty decent for Immortals. As long as they can get one out of these last few, then they'll probably not feel too bad about it. But
I think both sides will be happy with a 10-5 half.
Yeah.
Especially Liquid, considering that they've been really struggling in this initial part. Taking the last, I guess, 2 of the last 3 rounds would be amazing to see, but they need to start it off by taking as many guns as they can towards the next couple of rounds. As soon as they drop to the eco, it may just be it. And Immortals have taken that top mid control. They're just going to fall back. Just fake it out, go towards B side instead. And you can tell this because Immortals, normally when they signal for an A side hit, they've got that apps control. They don't have apps control this round.
You're right.
So that's why even though they've taken this top mid control, they'll leave F and X somewhere just to lurk behind to make sure Liquid can't get any information, and they'll just hit the B site. And Liquid have no read of what's going on until now JDM, I think, susses that something's incorrect.
Yeah, the smoke's coming out onto the B-bomb site here. He's going to give things away a little bit for Immortals, and Elige opens up, taking down bolts, but he himself is going to be traded straight away by Henny. Gets a shot through the wall onto him. Nitro, what in the world was that?
That was a sick lock coming out from Nitro. Henny does fall eventually, and, well, FNX just a little bit too late for the lurk kill. He just gets one through the smoke and then snaps on and goes, hang on, that's not the bomb planner, he's over here.
Jesus. Well, there you go.
Looking at Immortals' economy, it's not good enough to really force up anymore. They've dropped the last 3 rounds in a row. Liquid have been able to salvage this half, and it's now looking towards a very serviceable half.
It is. Well, we'll see.
I've seen teams before. I mean, Astralis and North, when they're playing in Inferno probably about a month ago now, almost. It was a 4-11 half.
Right.
Where the CTs were the 4 and the Ts were 11, and it just reversed. It went into overtime.
Yeah.
So T side, Liquid can still do the damage, and with 6 rounds, they're able just to build on a nice foundation to continue the good work that they've done towards this latter half of the CT side. Sure, it was rough at the beginning.
Yep.
They can bring it back.
Definitely. They definitely can. It's not out of the realms of possibility right now. Immortals still trying to pressure this B bomb side. Elige taking some bullets, but he's sending some back in the direction of his opponents. Not really too much connecting there. Stanislaw, he peeks the line. Steel not quite getting the angle correct. And Stanislaw is going to come up with the victory in that aim duel. 3 versus 5 now. And one of those 3 is Henny with only a CZ. Now, we have seen him have some good performances with that gun, but admittedly, it's not one that he would really want here. And so Immortals in a bit of a difficult spot. And it feels now as though Immortals are kind of just losing it a little bit on the T side. Kind of going in one by one. losing the Angels. Things are not working now.
And they're not taking map control victory right now. It just feels like they're trying to force their way towards a map control instead of using utility behind it. Normally you just see Immortals, they'll slowly take map control. They'll go, all right, we'll throw a couple of flashbangs, throw a smoke grenade, we'll just make sure our possibilities are locked down. But none of this is happening this time around, and this is just a clean round from Liquid, which is what they needed coming in towards the final half, or final round of this half. Looking much better on a lot of their members for Liquid. It's going to be confidence boosting for their T side, and they have enough rounds to kind of go, hey, you know, we'll drop a few. Even if we drop a few rounds on our own T half, it's not over for us yet. We can still build back a campaign. For Immortals, they're up 8-1. This is going to hurt them a lot more. It's going to start putting some doubt in their minds. If Liquid allowed almost five in a row, then that's going to be a little bit devastating.
Immortals really going to be wanting this last round here, just to swing things back in their direction a little bit before the second half does get underway. But it's not the end of the world for either of these two teams if they lose it. It would be nice for Immortals, though, of course, to be able to get to that number 10, get into double digits, but doesn't look like that's going to be a possibility now. Chadium and Stanislaw finding a killer piece. It's down to Lucas and Steel, who have kind of opened up onto the A-bomb side, and they've managed to actually gain some semblance of control over it, really. Liquid have been forced out. The bomb not yet going to be planted, and Stanislaw is watching the line. Steel spotted out, and he's kind of in no man's land. He needs to take this duel, and he does, and he actually wins it as well. So 2v3. Immortals are making a good round of this, actually. Admittedly, though, Steel going down. That might be enough of that, says Team Liquid. Lucas 1v3.
He can play around the smoke, though. He's just waiting for Liquid to peek one by one, but the grenades are flying over in his way, and he's now isolated. He wasn't able to find the one-on-one. He does manage to get one on towards Nitro, but now surrounded from a Liege, as well as one more member of Liege does manage to get the headshot at the end. So Liquid, 6-9 half. Definitely, overall, sure, Immortals won the half, but given how Liquid took the latter rounds, it just feels like this is definitely a victory for Liquid for now.
At least it sort of feels as though for the first half they've made it something better than what it could have been, that's for sure. I don't know if we're necessarily going to call a victory yet for Liquid. I mean, the first half seems to be leaning that way, right? The momentum's shifted back over to Team Liquid, but it is still something they're going to have to come back from. They'll want the pistol round. Hard to call after the first half there. Immortals started off very well, so who's to say that they can't do that here in the second half as well. 9-6 though, it's a difficult ask for Team Liquid. It's not impossible, that is for sure. They just need to get off onto a good start on that T side, get the CT economy broken like what Immortals were able to do, and then hope that maybe Immortals aren't going to be able to come back into that one like they did.
Yeah, for Immortals, it will just be, all right, let's win the pistol, build up our economy, make sure we don't drop any of the anti-ecos, and they'll be up 12-6, and then they'll just have to lock down the Nana line. For me, it just felt like the difference towards the end was that Nitro was able to lock down the B site, not only through the denial of the bomb plant through smoke, that was huge, and then the next round he just picks up the AWP and just completely shuts down any attempt at the B site take. We didn't see that earlier in the half from Liquid. So Immortals, they need to step it up and go, whoever's playing the B site, they have to go, all right, you're not allowed to the B site at all. From round number 1, the message has to be, you try taking Nana control, even just trying to take Nana, you're going to be hurt. You try coming towards top of Nana, you're dead. That needs to be a message from Immortals if they're to take this. And then they'd have to make sure they hold on to the A side as well.
Well, I mean, if they can get the AWP into Henny's hands, they can just sit him by car. He can watch down that line, really make life difficult for Team Liquid, and they'll have to fight for control of Banana and then fight for control of the B bomb site after that as well. So that's if they can get the AWP into these hands, really, though, because, you know, if they do lose the pistol round here, things start going pretty poorly for Immortals. It is going to be 4 or 5 rounds before they do manage to get that AWP, and by that stage, Liquid's going to have an advantage. They're going to be ahead.
I hope Immortals just eco in the second round, so even if they're on the CT side, I hope they just go, all right, let's just buy some basic pistols, maybe HE nade stack it on the back of a P250 buy, and that's it. Minimal investment, maybe just, you know, $600, $800 in the pistol rounds, which means that you can have a lot more of a purchase in the buy rounds. You don't think $700 is a lot early on, because you go, oh, you know, what's the difference between investing in armor and a pistol and just an HE and a pistol? You might as well get the army and try to get more kills, right? But the $700 means that, hang on, later on you can afford a helmet and an extra smoke grenade, which is the difference between you just get completely shredded by SMGs and that you can hold onto your bomb site for 15 seconds longer. We've seen how much damage that smoke grenades can do, especially if they're held on towards the latter half in the mid game. That's what I want to see teams start doing, where, or I guess these teams, where it starts becoming a little bit tight to just go, all right, let's not try playing risky. Let's play some, let's say for the true buy rounds, let's get a true buy round on the 4th round. Not on our 6th round. We've already bled too many at that stage. On our 4th round, I want, you know, an M4, all the utility in the world to work with to completely shut down any T-side attack.
All right, well, we're going to at least be able to see a little bit of a closer matchup here than what we've been seeing today. And SK did go down to Team Liquid last week in Pro League on Inferno, 16-14. It was close, but that's a pretty big win actually for Team Liquid on this map. Admittedly, they did lose to CLG a couple of weeks earlier, sort of 16-13. But overall, you know, Liquid do have some decent results on this map. So who's to say that they can't come back in here and pick up the victory over Immortals? Needs to pick up the pistol round though, just to start that ball rolling here in the second half. And more so to deny it, I think, from Immortals rather than to get it for themselves, really.
Yeah, that's not how you start, though, because Lucas instantly drops down and still trying to place pressure at mid as well. Liquid just getting picks, but Bolts, that's a good shot because the bomb's actually been dropped open at mid, and Bolts is aware of Twist being a boiler, but Twist able still to get the headshot. So this is the pistol round most likely going in Liquid's favor. There's no kit for Immortals to work with. Henny's already used his AC grenade. Looks like they're actually coming back towards the B side. Henny, can he go big with the CZ? And the answer is so far, not really. It's being pressured out. There's a headshot towards Nitro. May just want to go towards the A side instead. Henny is just looking a little bit too strong with the pistol so far. And FNX on the other side needs to find this headshot. He's going to be in a world of hurt if he does not get out in time.
All right, 2 versus 3. And only FNX over on the A-bomb site, so he needs to win that duel and not going to be able to. Probably needed at least a couple of kills there, and this just puts so much pressure now on Henny. 1v3. Admittedly, he's got a couple of... Well, they're all kind of lowish, I suppose. But they're not super low that he can just one-tap him and get the kill. He spots out Elige. No, he doesn't. Elige was in baller. I thought he was in mid.
Yeah, Henny needs to check all these lines. He's just taking his time, but as time is dwindling away, he doesn't really have it on his side, and Elige does manage to find the headshot at the end and decides to pick up the CZ as well.
Yeah, why not?
Spoils the war for his trouble, but Liquid with a critical pistol win. And Immortals, well, they are going to force up in this round. If it works out, it's great, but I just like to see teams just go, all right, let's just play for the percentage. Let's just get pistols fully buy when the scoreline's 9-9, not 9-11 where Liquid are just allowed a way back in. But Immortals, they've shown app skill in pistols, so I guess it's not as if every single pistol round has been a complete failure. They're able to get kills with the CZs, they're able to get kills with the P250s, and I don't know if you can wallbang through that Henny, but it doesn't actually do any damage.
Let's see though, the B-bomb site held by 3 of the Immortals players, a crossfight in mid by 2, but no one's watching apps at this point, really. Liquid have decided they don't want to push in too hard just yet. Quite content just to sit out here, sit default, set up for a few smokes and that sort of thing on the B-bomb side. I wonder if it's going to be a fake, if they're going to just run back over to the A-bomb site, because they didn't have control of the bomb when they threw all of those smokes, and it's not really a fake, but it's not really a push either.
And FNX just does damage towards Nitro as well, tags him down to 31, so Liquid, they do go back and grab the bomb, but JDM's going to be taken out by FNX through the edge of the smoke. They also know one's towards Newbox, and well, JDM loses his life without even doing anything, really. 2 smoke grenades burnt. Now they are coming up through mid. Still has to go huge with the CZ, but he can't get the kill. Bolts with the HE, though, will be able to clean up. Just needs to fall back and stay alive. The rotation is now Immortals, able to get the picks working in their favor. Liquid have seriously just fallen off a cliff with this round. Have been unable to get the picks, and they know that Twist is out on towards Balcony, and Bolts just another kill going his way, and gets the 3rd as well. Guns now going in the favor. Guns, guns, guns. FNX can't pick up the UMP, but that's all right.
Get your guns. Immortals did get their guns.
For free as well. They're going to be happy about that. And
it's like what happened in the first half there, where Liquid was able to get the pistol round off the back of some good deagling from Stanislaw. Now, different situation, but in the end, a fairly similar result there for Immortals. They upgrade a lot of their weapons. Team Liquid now on the back foot once more with pistols and armor, Tech 9 and armor. Let's see if they can make this work. It looks like a quick entry to the B-bomb site is what they want to go for, but Immortals use a lot of utilities to try and slow it down. Lucas needed to do a little bit more there, but the flashbang making his life difficult. In the rotations, they need to come across faster here for Immortals, and they're probably a little too late because the B-bomb site completely in control of Liquid, and they have just steamrolled over Immortals on that B site right now. Bolts needs to come up big with the AK, and he won't.
Just been dink after dink on the side of Liquid. So
Yeah.
as soon as they lose a round where I just go, it's a bit poorly played by Liquid, they just instantly come steaming back towards the oldest strategy, really, in the strat book, which is Rush B, no stop, and they managed to breach through Nana as well. FNX just looking to do further damage to make sure Liquid can't save any of these weapons. And Defuse is unfortunately in the realms of impossibility at the moment as time has ticked away. And that should be all they wrote for Liquid. Sorry, for Immortals. Liquid, it's just up to them to see how many guns they can actually take down, and the answer is only UMP and a P250, so this is actually not a really good victory. A leech, FNX just shutting this out completely.
Just a P250, apparently.
That's a really, I guess, poor chase from Liquid. They got a little bit too confident.
Immortals force buying into this one as well.
Why not? FNX is an M4. They've shown that they were able to take the victory on the pistols. They'll just have to reinforce their Nana hold a lot better. That was just really, really poor.
It could have been so much better as well, but was not to be here for Immortals. So they've got a couple of rifles at UMP and some pistols. Team Liquid for themselves have not got a full buy. A few rifles at least. Tried to get a bit of presence in Banana as well once more. Lucas just trying to push there and doesn't get anything done with the Deagle. Now Henny in a really bad spot here, holding the B-bomb site on his own. No crossfire to back him up. With only a UMP, doesn't even have any utilities to hold off these Ts. You have to think that he's not going to have a good time here.
Yeah, he's just been mollied out as well. He's just sitting at the edge of the Molotov, but Nitro's aware of this fact, and Twists in the end will be able to get the kill. It's a B-site looking too easy for Liquid. They're just able to crack it time and time again. And Immortals probably just needs to back off with these 2 M4s. So he's in a safe.
Definitely. This is a safe situation if I ever saw one. Be nice to have Steel as well go through with just a bit of armor, CZ, but he's a little bit more expendable than the other two. Maybe he can try and go for an exit frag here, see if he can pick up an AK or a UMP, but doesn't even look like he's going to want to do that. And realistically, what are the chances of him being able to do that, given that most of Liquid should just be filtering out the Banana now that they know the Banana is clear. But it's been a good start to the second half here for Liquid. A small blip on the radar where Immortals did get that eco round win, but at least they've been able to respond straight away back. A couple of rounds now going to the way of Team Liquid. They're still not going to equalize at 10 apiece, but they're slowly but surely starting to fight back.
And it's working out very, very well for them. As Immortals, oh, they are still in the lead. It just doesn't feel like it though, because even though they were able to take that pistol force buy, Liquid just instantly strike back, and we're back at square one. Immortals on another eco. They do have a few rifles as well as a CZ to back it up. Liquid on the other hand though, looking solid so far, minus that minus blip on the T side.
Yep.
Able to take the victories quite convincingly. And looking to further compound the damage.
Definitely something that they can be doing here. The smoke comes out from the CTs, so Team Liquid not going to have an easy time of pushing up through mid just yet. But it's only a bit of time before it does dissipate, and in reality, Team Liquid should be able to take some pretty quick control of this round, given they have the weapon advantage. Ali's just trying to check every single angle at once. He's managed to get control of the apartments now, so there's another opportunity here for Team Liquid, or another option, I suppose, is probably a better word for that, where they can push into the A-bomb site from all directions. And Immortals really under a lot of pressure here, but Bolt's getting a boost up. Could be the key player right now for Immortals.
No apps control from Team Liquid. They haven't, or deep apps control. They haven't pushed anyone far enough to kind of peek out and threaten. That's why Immortals are quite confident in playing towards quad, just pushing far up. Yeah, there's a smoke grenade, but this smoke is not going to affect Bolt. It's going to be a flashbang that forces him off. You can see he's aware of the potential. He's just darting in and out. And they are going to be slowly pushing out. There's a Molotov towards jungle side, and Bolt gets one on towards JDM. He's blinded out, but he will be able to fall back safely. Still spraying through, gets another kill. This is a great hold coming out from Immortals as they're able to get the picks, working in their favor. Now it's all up towards Nitro as the last man left standing, and still won't miss the headshot this time around. And Immortals now starting to, I guess, claw round after round. That was on the back of guns saved.
That's not great from Team Liquid, because that was definitely a round which they really needed to win. Not really needed to win, but a round that they definitely were in a position to win, given the buys that came out there. But that's just how Counter-Strike is at the moment, isn't it, really? No round is safe, and Team Liquid not quite safe just yet. Or as Immortals, though. 11 rounds to the 9 of Liquid. It's still very, very close, still hanging in the balance, and really hard to say who's actually going to come away with the win on this map, because it has been so backwards and forwards.
Yeah, Immortals need to take this one and probably the next one before they are in a comfortable position where they go, all right, we can start playing a little bit looser. Right now, it's just, they have to play discipline, because as soon as Immortals lose a single round, it does drop them on towards a poor economical situation. Where they go, all right, do we force up? Do we make a risky play, or do we just go for it? We're now taking control of apartments. FNX playing close with the M4. But UMP at this range. FNX is aware now that there is one very, very close towards him, but will the pre-fire go in his direction? No, FNX times the push perfectly and takes down Twist.
Yeah, great stuff from FNX there. Good game sense. And now Team Liquid at a player deficit. The grenade's starting to come into mid as well, doing a bit of damage to Elige, who's dropped down to 36. Stanislaw gets dropped. Nitro's pretty low as well. And finally an entry does come out for Team Liquid, but it's at the cost of Elige as well. So a 1-for-1, not great when you're at a player disadvantage. Now 3 versus 3 as Nitro does clean up Steel, but the HP available here for Team Liquid is just nowhere near what they need right now. And he's been spotted out of there as well. So Team Liquid going to have to push into this B bomb site. They don't have time to go back to A, but the information is already there for Immortals, and the rotation very, very quick across. It's an impossible round from Immortals.
Yeah, Stanislaw needs to go huge, and he can't, unfortunately. He's already tagged down to lone Immortals. A crucial round, and that's just really the difference at the moment. They're able to hold on towards top mid. After they're just able to go, all right, we're taking control of top mid. Notice the difference when Liquid was playing the CT side. They never took control of top mid until towards the end, where they just go, all right, we're a little bit more confident now. They're always playing, all right, let's play far back towards pit, on site. Yep. Immortals, they're playing aggressive carps. FNX is just going, yeah, I'm taking the fight towards you guys. Then you've got the crossfire at top mid just going, you are not allowed onto our A-bomb site. Not now, not ever, as Nitro does manage to spin across towards Boiler quite quickly, and Bolts might be in a little bit of danger. Needs to be cautious of the potential.
Oh.
Misses the zero grenade.
That's going to give Nitro a possibility of peeking out from Boiler. He's decided not to go for it. And Liquid, obviously, just with the pistols here, it's hard for them in this round, really. They need to make some sort of a rolling death ball work. And they did do that once, but that was over to B site. They did have Tech 9s and P250s and armor as well. Yeah, more importantly, I suppose. Bolts goes 1-for-1, which is not great for him, but still, he does a bit of damage over to a few more. Team Liquid still trading okay, but they're very, very low on HP.
Yeah, Henny, Henny, I've seen him in these positions before. He's got a 5-7 this time, but he doesn't need to see that because he gets another one, but can't get the kill towards JDM. But his teammates are here now, and JDM with the AWP can't make an impact.
Henny did enough.
Good plays from Henny, though. He's been solid in this game. You know, it was quiet on Cobblestone. It's hard to play the CT AWP sometimes on Cobblestone, where you kind of go 1-for-1 on the B site, you get the pick, and then unfortunately position at chicken is revealed. And a pause does come through, so this might be a tactical pause from Liquid. Could be a technical pause as well. I've seen technical pauses from both sides, but Immortals now...
attack pause from Liquid.
There's an attack pause from Liquid. Well, Immortals though, now with the advantage with... It's another buy round for Liquid, but no AWP for JDM to use. A site's not working because of how Immortals just playing the map overall.
Yeah. It's now or never, really, for Team Liquid. This is pretty much the last chance that they had for a tactical pause that was actually going to make any sort of meaningful impact. So I'm glad to see that they've taken it. But Immortals, in the last few rounds, they have looked pretty decent. I mean, it hasn't been like they've been rolling over Team Liquid, but they've been winning the rounds comfortably enough.
So far, they have been really on their CT side. It's clear as difference, really, on how Immortals play Inferno, and that's why Liquid are kind of suffering right now.
All right, Henny's going to take a peek down Banana. Won't spot anyone out. But perhaps this peek into mid here, if Immortals do decide to go for it, could be something. No, Bolt's backing off. Thought he might go up into mid, but in fact, he was actually having a look into Boiler. Now he'll peek mid. Nitro drops him relatively low, and Bolts now will have to sort of hightail it out of there, but nice crossfire from Steel, baiting out the first player. Stanislaw goes down. So Immortals again with an advantageous position.
Notice that Immortals, they play aggressive towards the A site to try to funnel it back towards the B site, force Liquid to use utility towards Nana after initial pressure, and still just doing further damage. He's not really isolated out of the position right now. He's got so much utility to work with, and Immortals now, after doing the damage, then fall back towards A site. And they go, it doesn't matter if Liquid rotate at this stage. They don't care. They just go, all right, they've had to struggle to get to this top B control. And they still can't get it towards our A bomb site.
Yeah.
We know there's no potential of a wrap. We know there's no potential. Just careful B side. And look where players on Immortals are sitting on the B side. Lucas sitting all the way back coffins. Henny just at new box. They know a lot of Liquid's early utilities being burned out. And they're not too scared.
Clearly. 30 seconds left on the clock here for Team Liquid as well. They're going to be walking up the banana, but they do not have much time really to play with. And I think that I saw a few of those Immortals players starting to rotate already over from the A-bomb site just before that Smooth came across. And so, yeah, we've got 3 on the B-bomb site now. FNX spots out 1. He does go down, gets a kill for himself, though, so overall pretty decent. Gets the information. That's what's important. Elige, though, doing a nice job on the entries, but they don't know about bolts coming around from the back. Dropping the bomb carrier as well. There's 6 seconds left here. It's not possible. Surely not possible for Elige to win this, and Steel knows that. Just plays the time well, and Elige is going to try and save his gun through to the next round. But that's another important round for Immortals, puts them at 14. The buy is going to be there for the CTs, but, you know, they lose a lot of guns, again. So there's opportunities for Liquid if they can win these rounds, but the problem is they're not winning the rounds.
And they can't, because Immortals just take this aggressive control. And you saw in the round just before the Smooth, where they just instantly push, where bolts just go, all right, we've done the initial damage. Hey, there's nothing mid. They're going B. So they knew exactly what was going on, and I'm not sure if that peek actually spotted anything, but Henny is going to be smoked off, blinded out, and Molotov's being flung his direction. So he's going to be locked out of a Nana line. Okay, as soon as I say he's locked out of a Nana line, I think he might have just glimpsed through the edge of his smoke and was able to pick off Stanislaw.
Perhaps. I don't know if there's a glimpse through the smoke there, to be honest. But Lucas, he goes 1 for 1. Henny's doing a good job there with the AWP. He's already got 2 in this round. Definitely a possibility to get 3. Tries to jump around the corner, but not quite going to be able to do that. Still player advantage right now for Immortals. Another one wrapping around from behind. Bolts gets 2 actually with the UMP. That's a very extended spray down, but he makes it work. And Immortals put 15 on the scoreboard. Team Liquid will have a bye here, but they'll be missing a couple of AKs. Well, they'll be missing a lot of AKs even.
There'll be UMPs, maybe AKs with no head armor. A Galil. Don't really like the Galil, but that's really... Yeah, 3 AKs, no head armor, Elige, Stanislaw.
It's not great.
Look how confident Steel's posted. He just goes, he's sitting in the middle of the open and just going, all right. Does lose 1 member finally, but FNX.
There's a push in banana as well here from Lucas, so he's getting information, knows that there's no one in banana. That means the A players are ready for this assault from Team Liquid. You can see them answering it well, now bringing it back to an advantageous position for Immortals, despite the fact that Liquid started off with an initial pick. 4 versus 3, and Team Liquid, they just haven't found a way in at all on this T side so far. Really, and Immortals have just shut them out.
And Bolt's now looking to go aggressive once again with the M4. Crawling closer towards Boiler. There is a member there. It's going to be Nitro with the AK-47. He does have hand armor and pushes through. Gets the first entry kill on towards the A side. So still back down on towards a relatively equal standing. And every single 1-for-1 that Liquid take, it's advantageous for them.
Oh, I thought that hit.
Yeah, almost thought it still got the flick, but... deciding which angle to look through. He actually gets Nitro as he's trying to cross through the edge of the smoke. What a timing shot coming out from Steel. But a double AWP retake.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Steel, they'll switch it out.
It's definitely doable here. Steel and Lucas going to be pushing their way forward. They're split up, so Elige can find a couple of 1v1s if he plays this one correctly, peeking around through the smoke. But then again, so is Lucas, and Lucas gets the shot across. So that will be the round. Immortals getting the win. 16-9 on map number 2 once this bomb does get defused. So it was a great performance from Team Liquid in map 1, but in map 2, they just didn't quite have enough. So they get a 1 apiece. Immortals will be happy with that, at least.
Yeah, this is definitely a victory for Immortals as opposed towards Liquid coming in towards the final few matches. And it was just a tale of how the CT side was played. It wasn't... T side, I think Liquid were a little bit quieter, but that was also because Immortals were a lot more confident. You could see that they were taking the aim deals, catching Liquid off by surprise, and Liquid were never allowed a reprieve anyway. They think, all right, Twist goes, all right, I can take apps control. No, FNS just peeks out and he's dead. Yeah, they try to take top mid, no, just gets taken out through a boost through the top of quad, and there's not much that you can really do unless you get those shots through.
There were some nice clutches there as well, particularly from Henny, the 1v2 that he got with only the CZ.
2 bullets.
Like, I didn't even think that one was going to go anywhere near his way, and then he pulls it off. And then the next round, I think it was that he managed to hold off the A-bomb site long enough for the rotators to come across from B. So some good individual performances there from Immortals as well. And yeah, they definitely did look like the better team on Inferno. But Cobblestone very, very clearly one-sided for Liquid. So you have to feel there for Liquid because they started off so well. They had a chance there on Inferno as well. It's a map that they've been playing recently. They beat SK on it, but they're not able to beat Immortals on it. So a little unfortunate there for Team Liquid, but it doesn't mean they're out. obviously. They're still quite far up towards the top of the standings at the moment. And, you know, even despite having only that 1-1 today, they're in with a chance of making their way through to finals regardless. Cloud9 look like they're coming back into map number 2 with a bit of revenge, I suppose.
13-2 lead.
Yeah.
That's pretty dominating.
Casual.
Don't think it will be a comeback from here.
No, you would think not. Not on Inferno. But overall for us today, we had a pretty quick one, really. 16-3 for Winterfox and Optic going the way of Optic, then 16-0 going the way of Optic, and another 16-3, and then we just had a 16-9, which in itself is not a hugely long game.
It was a well-fought game, though. I think
was.
both sides did step it up towards particular points, but unfortunately Liquid just couldn't sustain the fire, and they fell a little bit flat on their own T side. Weren't able to get a few picks. Really, the only T-side victories was their pistol round, then they dropped that, and then they won a forced
sort of buy, yeah.
A forced buy, and then they lose the next one. So it was...
They got 3 rounds, I think, on T-side, didn't they?
They won the first one, lost, then won 2, and then they lost every single round afterwards, where Immortals just kind of stepped it up and just went, no, you're not allowed in here.
Basically. So it was, it was a little bit backwards and forwards for a moment there, but once Immortals got that ball going, or the ball rolling, really, then things obviously started to steamroll in their favor, and that was always the worry, I suppose. If Team Liquid had have let something slip in Cobblestone, there was a chance that Immortals were going to be able to do the same thing, but they didn't let something slip in Cobblestone. They did, though, on Inferno, so which a little unfortunate there for Team Liquid, but we'll have a look at the standings here and see that they are still not in a terrible position, sitting in number 4, so look, you can't really complain about that one. Over there for Winterfox, still no win for them on the board at the moment, with the exception of those 2 that they already got. So they didn't move up anywhere today. Their opponents, Optic, obviously having a bit of a better time now. 13-9. That's starting to look a little bit more comfortable for them.
It's still scary, though, because it's going down towards crunch time. They do need the next few victories. I'm not sure how many more games will be played after this, but...
I think each team has 3 games each, so 6 best of ones.
6 best of... Oh, yeah, no worries.
So 2 for each.
That's still a scary thought, because it's not clear for maybe teams except for SK, where maybe Immortals now, because they're starting to pull away just a little bit more. But for teams like NRG, Liquid, Optic, and Luminosity, even Misfits and Renegades and CLG, they all have a chance. This mid-cluster is too hard to pick apart.
Yeah, really, it is quite evenly matched at the moment. There's a lot of teams that could still make their way through. I suppose it comes down to which teams they've already played. You know, if you faced SK, Immortals, Cloud9, Team Liquid, you're like, okay, well, we've got all of our hard teams out of the way. And then if you've got Foundation, Winterfox left to face, then, you know, there's definitely a possibility that
there's a big sigh of relief.
Exactly. You can make a really good sprint in towards the end and try and make your way through to the finals. But that's up to, I suppose, which teams are playing and which teams are sitting at where. And like you said, it's very, very hard to call where things are going to be going at the end of this competition.
Everything's still in a state of flux, and I'm still looking forward towards it, especially when it comes towards the end. Teams won't just go, all right, let's just play default. You know, we've lost the game. Let's not utilize any nifty strats. This is where teams actually pull out something to go, this is a crucial round. We're going to pull out something absolutely sick, and we're just going to be like, what was that? That was insane. And this is where people actually start stepping up as well, and they realize what they're playing for. It's a huge prize pool. So this is where people start going, all right, let's take it serious. Let's take it even more seriously and hit the highlight clips.
Yeah, really. Highlight clips is obviously the dream. But for us here, there will be no more highlight clips today, as that is going to be the end of our broadcast. We've had a fantastic day, guys. If you do want to tune in next time, we'll be seeing you guys very, very shortly. Until then, have a good night.